global energy system is unsustainable. The supply of fossil fuels is finite and approaching exhaustion. Due to a number of factors, Ireland is almost 90% dependent on energy imports. There is an urgent need to examine the alternative sources available to lessen the negative impact of greenhouse gas and to ensure a secure supply of energy for the country. It is perhaps abstract to preach the doomsday predictions of global climate change and its ramifications. Sometimes these facts have no real practical meaning to those faced with the prospect of a wind turbine or farm situated nearby. The result has been that wind energy facilities have often had great difficulty in obtaining local planning permission for construction. There is a plentiful wind resource in Ireland, and one that has not been fully exploited. According to Sustainable Energy Ireland, a wind turbine erected in typical Irish conditions produces twice as much electricity as a turbine at a typical German site. Wind power generates not just electricity, but also strong opinions. One of the main arguments against wind farms is their visual impact. You don't see the pollution of fossil fuel power stations. You don't see the constant stream of coal or gas and the transportation costs. Therefore, I think it is very important to look at the total environmental impact. In Ireland, the emerging opportunities arising from offshore renewable industries, such as wind, wave and tidal, are in abundance. Ireland will also need to develop links to neighbouring electricity markets to both facilitate renewable energy exports and maintain security of supply. So to conclude, involving communities in harnessing energy from the wind in their locality is likely to minimise resistance to such projects and enhance their contribution to sustainable local development. Thank you.
The future, ladies and gentlemen, is a place of uncertainty. Ecologically, economically and socially, we are heading deeper and deeper into crisis. Climate change, an economic crisis, rising oil prices. Just some of our problems. Is it not ironic that here on the Green Island, we are one of the world's highest contributors to global warming on a per capita basis? We presently import 90% of our energy in a country with massive indigenous wind energy resources. Ladies and gentlemen, wind energy is clearly the solution to our problems. It is a clean, inexhaustible, secure source of electricity production. With wind energy, Ireland can become a green power centre for Europe. It can provide energy independence and boost our economy too, both attracting investment and creating much-needed jobs. With new, innovative projects like Spirit of Ireland, it is a potentially non-stop electric power supply. Basically, wind energy has enormous ecological, economical and social benefits for our country. Energy, ladies and gentlemen, is a feasible, sensible and reliable option for our future. Furthermore, wind turbines are not blots on the landscape. In a recent survey, SEAI discovered that 3/4 of Irish people feel that a 10-turbine wind farm has a neutral or positive impact on scenic beauty. Wind turbines are efficiently designed, sleek and modern. They reflect a technologically savvy and ecologically concerned nation. Ladies and gentlemen, they are not blots on a landscape. They are emblems of sustainable energy, a green isle, and they can provide us with the future.
Bonjour, Madame, Monsieur. My name is Owen Costello. Let's get this great nation back on track and adjust our sails towards the shores of renewable energy. Since January 1st, 2009, wind power in Europe has generated 265,654,977,576 kilowatts of electricity. Wind power is one of the lowest priced renewable energy sources. A household wind turbine over its lifetime can cost you as little as €132 a year. In Ireland, we have some of the highest wind speeds in Europe. Our winds will exist until the sun disintegrates, which is roughly another billion years. About as long as it'll take to pay off our national debt. About 192,000 people were in wind energy related employment at the end of 2009. The wind industry in Europe could create up to 250,000 new jobs by 2020. Let's imagine a Europe where we become the centre of excellence for wind energy design, manufacture, operation and output. And Copenhagen protocols beg us to step up as responsible European citizens to help pocket and planet alike. As proud Irish men and women, we must hear this cry. A man once said, "Thought is the wind, knowledge is the sail, and mankind is the vessel." So, Macorja, when will the vessel start to sail? Well, the choice is yours.
Well, I think, ladies and gentlemen, we have had some outstanding presentations. I think all the finalists deserve a round of applause. I just would like to invite Professor John Sweeney to report back from the judges' perspective of the various presentations we had today at the Soapbox. Professor Sweeney.
Thank you, Barbara. Well, I'm not proposing to comment on individual presentations so much as give our overall impressions of what we felt was a very high calibre and a very high standard of performance by all of the people concerned today. It truly was most impressive, and the impression I'd like to give all of you was that we felt that the presenters were extremely authoritative, and we very much liked their authoritative approach to the subject, the way they took the subject, if you like, by the scruff of the neck and delivered what was a very impassioned and very effective sort of argument on their behalf. It was an extremely difficult task for judges here because, as you could appreciate, it was a bit like apples and oranges comparing. There was such a great variety of types of performance, such a great variety of age of performers. There were people who were very measured, people who were much more flamboyant, and it was very hard to try and sort of decipher what was good in content, what was good in delivery from all of that. But all of it was a very high standard indeed. And I think one of the few of the comments that we had when we discussed the presentations was, first of all, the need for communication with the audience. It's very important to eyeball your audience, to talk to your audience, and not necessarily to try and get through your speech without making a mistake. It's more important, we felt, to be spontaneous and original, and there were some really good examples of that as well.
My thanks on behalf of the European Commission to, first of all, of course, the 7 finalists. I think each and every one of them have really put in a great performance, and in some ways it's hard to come to a final decision, but it is a competition after all, so we have to do that. I would like to say a special thank you to each of the Europe Direct managers, as well as Susan O'Toole and Annette Kelly of the Library Council for organising this event. Everybody has played a great part in making this a successful operation, and we're very happy with this competition, and hopefully it's something that we can continue with in the future. Now, I'm going to start with announcing first of all the 3rd prize winner, and that is Michael Dwyer from Wexford. And now we move on to our second, the person who is second in this competition, and that is Owen Costello. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, I would like to call on Nancy Carraher. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I wish you all a safe trip home, and thanks again to our 7 excellent finalists in this competition. Thank you. And to our judges.